¡Viva España! Welcome to the Peninsular campaign, my friends. We're going to be playing as Glorious Spain. Now, in this particular situation, we have a tenuous alliance with the British. We are trying to keep hold of the Spanish monarchy, but there are opportunities to turn towards a republic. What's most important, that we must keep Spanish sovereignty and defeat Napoleon and his barbaric forces. Join us, help us down below, maybe even join our government in game, and let's get started with the Peninsular campaign. Now, I think the most important thing to make this series work is I am going to be doing some editing in between, guys, because we're going to be trying to cover the political as well as the military aspect of this campaign, but there's a lot of in-between movement that I don't think is important. Now, first of all, our priests like Diego Martinez, they can spread anti-French sentiment around, and currently the French control most of Spain. What we're going to try to do is actually get this priest unit all the way up to Madrid. We also have the guerrillero, or a pretty much professional guerrilla, and what we can do with him is start disrupting some of the enemy trade, destroying town centers, even killing their own provocateurs that are trying to spread ideas of republicanism in glorious Spain. Unacceptable. The first thing that I think is going to be very important is to get the barracks, or the drill school, so that we get professional troops at all times here in this army. And I think we absolutely need some more line infantry, some fusileros. So let's get some fusiliers over here. We also want to keep in mind that we have an entirely separate force to the east, led by General Frere. And actually, it sounds much more like a French name. He might be French, wouldn't be surprising. And we're going to try to connect these two through Granada and Murcia. That's going to be my goal, my first goal here for the campaign. I think if we can connect these guys, we're going to be much more united and able to form a united front against the French. By the way, if you disagree or agree, feel free to let me know in the comments down below. We want to have two different factions in the comments, and that is the monarchists, those that support the existing government, the King, Fernando I, and the Republicans, those that still support Spain's sovereignty but want us to change to a republic. And we can do that if we need to. We're not going to do it right now, though. We're just going to get to the point where those armies are ready to move and push on from there. Now, another very important part of our campaign is going to be the guerrillas, and Spain did come up with the idea of the guerrillas. What we're going to try to do with them is attack these centers, towns, fields, whatever we can attack to hurt the enemy infrastructure. That's what we're going to do. So I'm actually going to go over here to this industrial center that the French own, and I'm going to disappear right back into the forest. At that point, we'll end the turn and let the French do their thing. Now, for our first attacks on these cities, we're going to have absolutely no resistance at all. We'll auto-resolve those assaults, no need to actually go through with them, and we're just going to peacefully occupy these cities. None of the actual citizens here are against our rule, and most of them are anti-French, so there's no need to teach them a lesson or anything like that. Now, the other concern is with the secondary force here of Frere. I'm wondering if we should go straight for Teruel over here, or if we should try to connect the territories as we said we wanted to, but leaving Valencia open at this time is just not safe. So for now, I'm just going to have one operational army. We'll decide what to do with the other one as time permits. One thing I do want to do is keep moving this priest deeper into enemy territory, and now that we're in Ciudad La Mancha, south of Madrid, we can see some pro-French sentiment, so we're trying to get rid of that very quickly here. In the meantime, I'll keep bashing around with my guerrilleros, and I'm going to grab this priest and try to get him into the Madrid area. So we're on the way there. That is our goal, but he'll pass through a lot of different territory on the way. So I'm going to try to actually get this guy over here to attack that commercial center. And of course, this spreads terror amongst the people, but the French are just as brutal. And often, the French will wipe out civilian populations that are suspected of being guerrillas. Alright, friends, we've decided to actually strike first against the French. They've moved into this area we just took in Teruel, and I want to get Manuel Alberto Freire out there on the battlefield to see if we can't strike a blow. It looks like the French are slightly better off than us, let's face it. Their men are far better trained. Ours just recently recreating an army, so let's hope that we can beat them. We are on the offense, and this is not a campaign where I will skip or replay anything if I lose. If I lose, I lose. It's that simple. So let's get out here and do the best in this fight. I'll take our lancers, our lanceros, put them over here in the forest, and essentially I am just going to prepare for the enemy. I'll of course get just about every single one of those guerrilla units in the woods once the battle starts, and we are just going to await the enemy force. We've got a slight uphill location here, so I am not moving my men. Let's just see what happens. I am worried about that hill. I might get some men on top of it. In fact, just to be safe, gonna get a nice group of infantry up there, and the battle shall commence. All right, let's get our guerrillas in the forest here and just prepare for the incoming enemy attacks. Now, unfortunately, not all of our units are going to be professional. In fact, the guys we're sending up to that hill, these are just citizen militia. But we've got a lot of standard infantry here that I'm hoping can do a great job. Whoa! Hold on, boys. Let's take a look at this French force. Alright, we're going to start to advance, but I think we're going to advance from the forest. So let's grab just these guys. We're going to set up in the woods like that. I think that's perfect. Ooh!
Our general is under attack.
Our general just took a nasty hit. And yeah, I realized, I was like, you know what, this is not a defensive battle. They're probably not going to attack. Sometimes they do if they feel, like, far superior. But here they clearly don't, so I'm just going to order those men also into the woods. The only unit we're keeping out is going to be our artillery. Fuerza, amigos. We'll come back once we get to fighting, folks. Okay, I think we could start moving units into position here. We've got some good old-fashioned light infantry, so I'm going to toggle their light infantry behavior and their skirmish mode so that they can get out of here if they need to. I'm thinking that enemy arty is going to be important to kill, so we're going to go ahead and start firing at it, but I really want to fire at their Fusiliers of line. We will start doing that, however, very soon. I'm going to start moving our Revolutionary Guard forward, forming an attack line here on the enemy's right flank. I'll even bring up the militia as well. Now, our cavalry are going to try to get around these guys and kind of surprise them, but that's going to take some time, so I'm just going to kind of trot towards the objective. Get ready to use some very strong cuiraceros, pardon, españoles. These cuirassiers, Spanish cuirassiers, are damn good. All right, there we go. Let's bring up an additional unit. For liberty, boys. And look at that, we're already breaking down the artillery very quickly. We could, of course, finish it off with cavalry, but I was hoping to avoid that. And it looks like our militia is here. Hell, even the militia can get in on this action. I'm going to order them to get up full speed ahead and start firing at that actual artillery piece. Although, again, I'd rather fire at their Fusiliers. That's what I'm talking about. Fire at will. Now that our regiment of Fusiliers is here, I'm going to try to get them... I guess you could call this uphill advantage, but not really. And we're going to have them fire at the enemy Fusiliers specifically. I just want to get them engaged. In fact, I'm even going to push up with the light infantry a little bit more, just to get a better shot at the artillery. We really are going to be hunting them here. We're true cazadores. True hunters. hate to be a French artillerist during this fight. And there we go. They're breaking. Now we focus our attention on the important enemy, and that's going to be the Fusiliers of Line. In fact, I'm just going to get this militia out of here. They're already breaking under the pressure. Let's get this cavalry. Move the General up. Grab some more cavalry. Get it over here. We've got to hold them just long enough to be able to flank with cavalry. Doing nice on this side of the line, but I think they see that cavalry movement, so I'm going to keep my distance for now. Fuego! Alright, boys, come on. We got so many units here. We've got our general. Let's get a rally, and let's also inspire these frontal units right there. Although the general is getting hit hard. I think we got to get him out of here, man. He is just not safe. Let's just get him back into the woods. Of course, without him, the men are not going to be nearly as brave. Also, let's start firing at that chasseur unit. We've got a light foot unit concentrating fire. Let's bring in La Cavalleria. It's time. It's time. Because now they're moving to the right side. They're playing games, and I don't like it. So we're going to switch fire to those Fusiliers and start moving deeper into the forest. Let's start facing the enemy. If the first charge works, I'll carry on with a second. In fact, I'll move over here just to get prepared for that second charge. But let's make sure the enemy is focused on our infantry. Start sort of rotating these guys out. We want to have them fresh for these charges. And let's go for it. Okay, we're sending in the actual lanceros, the lancers. This is what you get for coming to Spain. Keep on firing. We'll, of course, keep switching targets as this continues. Didn't we have another cavalry unit? We do indeed. In fact, we had another artillery unit. I didn't notice them. Let's get over here. Still want to keep the general close by, but not close enough that he gets shot. Bring up some more cavalry. We could go ahead and just wipe out their artillery. Probably not a bad idea. But it looks like if these guys got just a little more support, they would break the regiment of foot. Nonetheless, they made the decision for us. We're going for the dragoons. Cuirassiers should be able to deal with them pretty easily, I think. They are winning slightly, but as soon as our guys get in here, I think we'll do very well. Maybe not. Keep moving, boys. A lot of good Spanish men have fallen today. You can see the fallen all along the battlefield here. And we're certainly going to have to deal with it. And you know what? We're going to switch our fire here to that unit. We didn't quite break them, so let's move forward. See if we can put some pressure on them. Even our cavalry is losing the fight against the superior French cavalry here. Fuego. Need the light infantry to do the job. This is what they're here for. Snipe out the enemy and break them. We're even going to bring up the militia units, because at this point we are actually breaking with a few different men. I'm thinking maybe it's a good idea to get this guy into action. After all, if we lose this army, there are other armies that we could use. Okay, here we go. Wow, we actually won that fight. Let's take out the artillery while we can. Start firing at this unit, and I'm going to bring the light infantry over here. But just look at the dead guys on the field. This is incredible. Just the amount lost on both sides. We're not kidding around here, man. This is not a gentleman's war at all. Come on, faster, faster, faster.
Lower quality infantry make great targets for the enemy to waste their missiles on.
Alright, we're going to charge the regiment of foot. Let's go for it. These are just good old-fashioned guerrilla hussars. In fact, I'm going to switch direction, and I'm going to go for their chasseurs, their light infantry. If we can get past them, past their regular infantry, then this is going to be a great grab. We could even try and go for their general, if we want to be even even sneakier about this. There we go. Okay, cutting down the enemy snipers. Let's call them what they are. Oh! You bastards. Bastardos. Okay, we're going to try to get behind that unit and attack right there. So far, our men are holding in the woods. If we need to, we'll even bring in the militia here to cut down the remaining Frenchmen. But I think our cavalry can get the job done. Get those sabers ready. Just to hell with you, French. In fact, we're going to get our infantry unit to do a bayonet charge. Don't really need to now, never mind. Because the enemy is breaking. But let's start focusing on their general. I'm going to go for the kill on the general. As you can imagine, in a conflict like this, not a gentleman's war, killing the enemy general is actually something that is, I guess, I hate to use the word, but it's noble. We want to kill the enemy officer class so that the enemy infantry have nobody to lead them. Once we do that, they'll have no choice but to get the hell out of here. Although it looks like our cavalry is being beaten back just barely here. We could go for a charge with the militia, but I think our best bet is to keep on firing. We'll eventually get lucky and get a shot that takes out that damn general. And I think we should actively seek it. So let's focus on the general staff. Even the militia. Okay, these guys are completely out of ammunition. We're gonna have to charge with them. Don't think we have much of a choice. You know what? That actually worked a lot better than anticipated. And we're running out of ammunition here too. So we're gonna charge with this unit as well. Again, with this much anger at the French invader, maybe we can get lucky. Maybe we can break through the infantry line. Even going to bring these guys up for the charge. Viva España! The rage is evident in their voices. That much is certain, but they don't have the rallying cry of their general. We've got to get our general closer. Looks like they are... Oh, one of the units is down already. Not good. The rest of them seem to be winning the close combat fight. But we need all of them prepared. So come on, General. There we go. All right. Let's rally them up. We're going to have to continue the charge, guys. Again, we don't have ammunition here. We have run out of ammunition. So I'm going to do that, and I'm going to inspire the light infantry to just get the best damn shots they can. Of course, we'll focus on that general staff if we can. The firing just got very strange. Abren fuego.
Victory, sir, is soon to be yours.
Let's see about that. I don't want to leave this battlefield without a dead enemy general. All right, now the light infantry are out of, also out of ammunition, guys. We have run out of ammunition, period. We're going to move them up, and of course we'll move the general to support them. But I'm not sure this is a fight we can win. We're facing professional soldiers here. Come on, boys! You can do it, men! No! Charge! I don't care what happens to the general. Charge. We cannot lose here. Kill the enemy general. Kill him. Come on. We did it, guys. I think we've got it. We have got the victory. Unbelievable. For a first episode here, I think this was amazing. Let me know what you guys thought down below. I'm going to continue the chase. I'm going to try to catch him, but I think the enemy general has escaped. What an amazing fight. Both generals surviving the fight, and look at that, our men finishing off the rest of the Spanish. I feel like we have lost most of our army here, and there we go. We killed Louis Gabriel Suchet. Don't have to worry about him anymore. I love it. I just love it, man. That's so cool. Of course, we'll quit the battle. A close victory, and I hope we can hold on to this victory, because, again, it's kind of out here in the middle of nowhere of Teruel, and we're going to have to head back for sure and resupply. Not to mention that Valencia may soon lose its current status, because we've got a French army right outside of Valencia. It actually looks like a revolutionary force that has risen up. We'll do what we can, but I think the most important thing to do now is to consolidate our victories, and also make sure that our other army over here is doing very well. Joaquin Blaquiroyes, he's heading into Badajoz. We just saw a massive French force there. So if you want to see some more of this series, hit that like button, drop a comment down below, and subscribe to us, and we will get to that. I think there's going to be a lot of fighting in the West.